People have things that they're actually passionate about in life. There are people out here getting married. There are people obtaining entire PhDs. Tonight, I'm in my bedroom, sitting on the floor, and I'm going to be telling you why Summer in 500 Days of Summer is not the bad guy. That's what I'm doing tonight. So every so often on everyone's favorite app, TikTok, a clip from the film 500 Days of Summer will circulate onto everyone's For You page, and you begin to very quickly see comments and opinions like favorite horror movie, but mostly you'll just see people ripping into Summer, like tearing her to shreds. It's an occurrence that would begin to get me very, very upset, because you then begin to wonder if people just lack skills in media literacy or the ability to like properly analyze a piece of media while taking themselves out of it. Also, when the leading actor themselves comes out and says that the character that they played is kind of insufferable and you're not meant to side with them, and you still run your mouth, don't piss me off. There's tons of videos defending Tom. There's tons of videos defending Summer. I thought, why not? Let me get in the ring. Why not? I put my 2 cents that absolutely no one asked for. Absolutely no one. I wanted to make a TikTok about it, but then I realized that would just turn into a glorified yap session. So I thought, why not take it to YouTube? I'm going to try to keep this as objective as possible and not begin to spew a bunch of opinions, but no promises. Also, I love spewing baseless opinions. Are you kidding me? It's my favorite pastime. Now, okay, in order to properly dissect the character of Summer, quite obviously, a rundown of the film is needed. This is not a media channel, nor is it a commentary channel, so we're going to be doing things my way, and I'm going to give you an analysis, my version, my abbreviation, a just-analysis, if you will, a Jesycu.contact. So Tom is a greeting card writer who lives a very unfulfilling and bleak life with the hopes of becoming an architect. He meets Summer Finn, a very charming, independent, and free-spirited woman at work. I think she's like the new girl. He is immediately drawn to her free-natured spirit and her quirky personality. He quite literally immediately falls in love with her at first sight. How could he not? She's a beautiful girl who loves the Smiths. Pretty girls don't listen to the Smiths. You know, everyone knows that. Only ugly girls do. Tom and Summer start spending time together, going on dates, being intimate. Tom falls deeply in love with Summer and believes that she is the perfect woman for him. However, Summer is very upfront about not wanting a serious relationship and prefers to keep things more on the casual side. As Tom and Summer's relationship progresses, Tom's feelings for Summer deepen even more, while on Summer's hand, her feelings remain a little bit more ambiguous. To Tom, every time he looks at Summer, he's looking at the mother of his future children, quite literally his dream girl. And to Summer, every time she looks at Tom, she's looking at some guy that she's seeing. For now. They experience moments of joy and connection, but also face challenges due to their differing expectations and attitudes towards love. Tom starts to feel insecure about where he stands with Summer. Despite Tom's efforts to make the relationship work, Summer eventually decides to end things. She wants to break up. Break up. Were they ever really dating? I'm not too sure. I guess stop seeing each other. This comes as a shock to Tom. Shocker. Who is very devastated by the breakup. Remember, girl of his dreams here, okay? Mother of his literal future children. He goes through a period of intense sadness and self-doubt, struggling to come to terms with the end of their relationship. The film jumps back and forth in time, showing different moments in Tom and Summer's relationship. And through this non-linear narrative, Tom reflects on the highs and lows of their time together. But more importantly, he realizes that he idealized this version of Summer that didn't exist, that never existed, and quite frankly did not align with who Summer truly was. He begins to see the flaws that occurred in their relationship, as well as his own unrealistic expectations. As time passes, Tom begins to heal and gain perspective. He reconnects with architecture. He begins to meet new people, blah, blah, blah. Most significantly, he gains closure with Summer. Okay, that's my rundown. End of the Jesycu.contact. Oh, jeez. Okay. Where to start? So the character Summer Finn is often a subject of debate among viewers because of her complexity. Not only do people criticize her for her perceived ambiguity, but also her failure to meet the expectations of Tom, but also because how could a character who is beautiful and smart and funny and charming and who looks like a dream girlfriend not behave like a dream girlfriend. I think the portrayal of Summer challenges traditional romantic narratives. Summer embodies a sense of independence and agency that is not typically seen in romantic film. Rather than conforming to a stereotypical romantic interest who fulfills the protagonist, the boyfriend's every need and every desire and every expectation, Summer establishes her agency and her autonomy and makes decisions based on her own feelings and her own needs. Summer is a character that I always found to be pretty cool because of the role reversal that she's involved in. Typically in rom-coms, men are the ones who are usually more emotionally distant. You can't tie them down. You can't get them to commit to you. While women are the ones who are a little bit more emotional, a little bit more relationship crazy, and who perpetuate these grandiose romantic fantasies. Like quite literally delusions of grandeur. Somebody even say symptoms of psychosis. Sorry, tickle my throat. Newsflash, everyone. Women can suck too. Hey! No, but we all know it. Women can be the emotionally distant ones. And men can be the ones who are just like a little bit more like Delulu. Just like a little bit more. It's really interesting, dare I say refreshing, to see that in film. Oh, sue me. Where are my slightly too detached women at? Woo! And now where are my hopeless romantic, delusional men? I guess. Okay, sure. Now, do I necessarily think that Summer simply saying she didn't want a serious relationship automatically absolves her and allows for one to reduce Tom and his feelings down to nothing but romantic optimism? No, I don't. I actually don't know how to feel about it. I see a lot of takes saying that Summer should have established boundaries with Tom so as to not lead him on or lead him astray. I don't agree with that. I think Tom was an adult, Summer is an adult. Two consenting people can do anything and everything under the sun, even if it mimics a romantic monogamous relationship. But I think Summer's honesty about her feelings and intentions should not only be commended, but I'm sorry, I think there is a small animal dying outside of my window, like live outside of my window. I keep hearing like a frail, like wounded cry, and it's a little bit scary, a little bit alarming. Like Summer's honesty about her feelings and intentions should not only be commended, but it should be the big, bold, highlighted text here. Like, it needs to be remembered. Like, how on earth is one leading someone on when they reinforce many, many, many times, verbally and non-verbally, that they don't want a serious relationship with you? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, who cares if this person is intimate with you and gets breakfast with you and spends the night with you and goes to record stores with you and runs through IKEA with you like an idiot and makes you feel like the only person in the world? Who cares if they already told you that they don't want to date you? The primary argument here when looking at Summer and her behavior, but also how the relationship pans out, like most cases, is contingent upon morality. Is it okay? Is it moral? Is it good to engage in these behaviors with someone, to begin this song and dance when you know that you do not want to take the relationship to the next step? And boy, is it a polarizing question. I think people get a little bit too invested in scenarios like this because, they're projecting, life imitates art, obviously, but they also automatically associate monogamy with morality and goodness. Because if you don't want to be with me, if you don't want to pursue something with just the two of us, and you're not seeing anyone else, so it's not like you're earnestly trying to decide between person A and person B, then you must just want to sleep around or something. Like the dirty whore you are. Of course. Well, yes. I could be reaching with that one though, but also it could be a very human, whiny, I'm not good enough for you. I'm not the one. Why is it not me? Why aren't you picking me? Pick me. Anyway, while this may have disappointed Tom and a lot of viewers who were apparently rooting for the relationship, Summer's transparency and honesty is a commendable trait that not a lot of people possess, especially when navigating modern day relationships. I think looking someone dead in their face and going, there's no such thing as love, it's fantasy, is commendable. Like, it's crazy. Let's commend her. Clap, everyone clap. That's definitely a take that I would have kept to myself. The last thing I personally need, me just needs, is to look like more of a cynic. And also sitting across and saying that to someone who you may want to sleep with in the near future is not hot. Summer's arc, just like Tom's, let's repeat that once more for good measure, just like Tom's, is a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Her decision to end the relationship with Tom stems from a realization on what she actually wants in life, even if it means prioritizing her own happiness and disappointing someone who she really cares about. It can definitely seem jarring for a character to seemingly do such a severe 360 like Summer did. But do I think Summer was looking for something serious? No. Like, earnestly, no, not at that time. But do I think she was looking for something? I think she was looking for something. I just don't think she knew what it was. I don't think Summer obviously did not know what this love or this fantasy or this intense like or whatever you want to call it would look like or feel like. However, she did know that whatever this intangible essence was, this love, this harpsichord that magically plays in your head, this feeling that swells really, really, really deeply in your heart, did not come with Tom. Going back to my opinion on Summer looking for something, whether or not it be serious, let's look at that scene where Tom takes it upon himself to punch that guy who was, making advances towards Summer at a bar. Summer expresses that he did not at all need to do that. It's like, you're not my boyfriend. Why on earth would you take it upon yourself to do that? Tom gets frustrated with Summer and ultimately gives her a little bit of an ultimatum. He says that he can't keep doing this back and forth and he wants to pursue something serious with her. He's like madly in love with her. Lest we forget, Summer comes back to Tom. I haven't seen the movie. You thought I would have watched this movie to refresh and prepare for this video? Absolutely not. I saw it a year ago. But I'm pretty sure Tom is like, if you don't want to do this seriously with me, then we're done. Please, don't come back in my life. And then Summer comes back. As the viewer, we don't exactly know what this means from Summer's point of view. Could be Summer genuinely wanting to see where things with Tom could go, maybe giving this one last shot, or it could be her still not wanting something serious with Tom, but not wanting the relationship to end quite yet, which is selfish. My girl needed her fix. It's also important to consider the fact that the film is told entirely from Tom's perspective, which inherently shapes how the viewer perceives Summer. Tom is literally an unreliable narrator. We are meant to dislike Summer or feel frustrated by her actions because we're seeing her through an idealized rose-colored lens. We're seeing her through the eyes of Tom. I am positive that if a version of the film or even just an objective depiction of Tom was published and we saw him for who he was, for what he was, for who he is in a relationship, him in that relationship with Summer, it would have provided a bit more perspective as to why Summer just wasn't drawn to Tom in that way, why she didn't view him as the one, why she never fell in love with him. Because once again, I don't think Summer didn't want anything serious. You can't go from commitment averse to engaged in less than a year. It doesn't work that way. But Tom, it was never going to be you. It was never going to be sir. For you to act so delusional is ridiculous. Summer didn't want anything remotely serious with Tom. Tom went from thinking he could change Summer to thinking that she just couldn't be changed at all, to realizing it's just him that couldn't change her. It's just her that couldn't be changed by him. Not even 30 minutes into the film, I found Tom very, very, very annoying. I thought he was emotional. I thought he was idealistic. I thought he was immature. And I think a lot of people see themselves in Tom as some good, kind-hearted, moral person who's just waiting for the love of their life to come and sweep them off their feet. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think Tom, some people find it a little bit far too easy to get fixated on one person and how perfect that perfect they are. Parentheses, not at all perfect. This person usually has attributes that are either entirely imagined or boistered. Quite literally, this person is a figment of your imagination. They don't exist. You don't only get fixated on how perfect they are, how perfect this specimen is, but also for some reason why you are so deserving of them, why you deserve them, why you deserve to be with them, why they deserve to be with you. And when that image or chance with that person is destroyed, it's devastating. Let's turn off slightly professional, objective, and nice Jess. Let me tell you, let me talk to you how I talk to my friends, okay? I'm gonna be mean for less than 60 seconds. I think half of you bitches are depressed and you're waiting for someone to come sweep you off your feet. I think you live in this fantasy world, and it's almost victim. It's very victim-y, and it's very, very annoying. I think a lot of you people think that you're entitled to monogamy or relationships or devotion or even just a mutual and reciprocal affection. I think you think that you're owed those things, and you're not. And I think anyone who overly sides with Tom and villainizes Summer needs to get a grip. Genuinely, I think if you're on a first date with someone, you should try your hardest to bring up this film. If you are on a date with someone and you want to seriously date, make things serious, find a way to bring up this film and find out the other person's opinion on Tom and Summer, because it'll tell you a lot about how they think. And it's quite literally, I've read things of couples going in to watch this movie and then ending up breaking up. I don't know what makes this film so polarizing and so, I don't know. And I think you gotta get a grip. I think there's so many worse things in the world than the person you're into not being into you. How about you get your foot chopped off or something, and then you realize how sweet life is and how much you have to live for. Now, do I think Tom had no right to be upset? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I think it's worth it to cling to hope and optimism that this thing with this person just might work out regardless of how unlikely it may seem? Yeah, for sure. I think the point that I'm making is that there is no bad guy. There is no bad guy. There is also no good guy. I think both characters are not only flawed, but incredibly deserving of empathy. And they're also way, way, way more three-dimensional than this film makes them seem. The only kind of people I will allow to shit on Summer are minors. Because what on earth does someone who hasn't even had their license for a full 2 years know about love? Also, situationships kill high schoolers these days. Poor things. Oh my God. If you were over the age of 21 calling Summer a villain, we don't have anything to discuss, you and me. If I gave you 5 of my hot takes, maybe even 3, I think you probably have an aneurysm or something. If you are over the age of 25 calling Summer a villain, please, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, please exit out this video. Genuinely, please. If you're subscribed, unsubscribe. You shouldn't even be allowed to consume media from me. Genuinely, everything that comes out my mouth should sound like I try not to intellectualize every piece of media I come across, and I think it's very difficult and also senseless to try to extrapolate lessons and guidelines so as to safeguard your heart from anything that could ever hurt it, especially from something as messy and natural and complicated as love. But I think if I think of just one proper takeaway from films like this, but also people like Tom and Summer, is to believe people when they tell you who they are, especially when they establish their footing and their place in your life as purely ephemeral, purely just an experience to be enjoyed for the time being and then let go. Okay, one more take that I did not come up with. I have to tell you that I did not come up with it. But I saw this take and I really, really, really thought it was I thought it was good. There is a take, to end this video off, there is a take that Tom won. Okay, romanticism won. Tom's whole ideology, founded on the cliche true love at first sight, was proven true in the end because the spark that Summer felt from the other guy was very, very quick. Which explains why she got engaged in less than a year from breaking things off with Tom. The great irony of Tom's arc, I'm reading verbatim, this is not my words, is that he spent all that time brooding over how Summer basically destroyed his childlike sense of wonder and faith in love, when really, she proved it true. She just proved it to be true within herself. And it's just Tom that she didn't love, unfortunately. And honestly, forget Tom, forget Summer. I think that highlights the entire notion of the film, and at least my personal notion, that love is absurd. If love is anything, it's absurd. If love is anything, it is absolutely absurd. It's absurd. Like, it's absurd. It's not wrong. It's not right. It's not linear. It's not parallel. It's not perpendicular. I think I'm just throwing around words at this point, which is why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm making my own civilization, my own town. It's going to be on an island devoid of love and all of those other very frivolous emotions. All you have to do is wake up every single morning and pledge your allegiance to me and how cool and funny and smart I am, but also beautiful. Don't forget beautiful, incredibly beautiful and talented. This is how it goes, okay? You just wake up and you go every single morning. You go, I pledge allegiance to the flag of Jess.